Jr. He's got third. He's going for second. Earnhardt going for the lead.
The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series is on the Motor Racing Network.
Fox News Talk 1240.
Hear it live on the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Check it out live on Chattanooga's official NASCAR radio station.
Fox News Talk 1240.
Wow! I feel good.
Are you feeling good today? Good morning, Chattanooga. You're listening to Alan Valenzuela. This is Nooga Radio. We're going to be talking about you and your health, maybe doing some sidetracking on some other topics, but we're excited to announce that we are also on 92.7 FM. Did you get that? So if you're accustomed to listening to AM radio and listening to my show, which is sponsored by Alliance Physical Therapy, we are now on 92.7 FM. Why that's a big deal to me personally is that if you listen to AM and listen to FM, there's obviously a big difference in the quality of the sound and the ability to hear it based on your location. So we're covering a large area. You're listening to 1240 AM, Hot Talk Radio, Nooga Radio, and now 92.7 FM radio. So very excited about that. Let me give you a phone number. I want you to call this phone number because you're going to have some questions about problems that you're having in your life that hopefully I can answer. So call into the station today. I'll try and do a better job of trying to listen for this phone to ring in here so I can pick up. You'll be live. The number here is 423-800-8949, 800-8949. That's Nooga Radio. We want to hear from you. We want to hear about any physical ailments or problems that you're having that I, as a licensed physical therapist, may be able to answer for you. I'm a graduate of Loma Linda University out in the Los Angeles, California area. Loma Linda is a suburb of Los Angeles. It's right there next to Redlands and San Bernardino. Beautiful area. If you ever find yourself out there, go visit. It's a beautiful university, Loma Linda University. I don't know if you're old enough to remember, because this was years ago. Loma Linda Medical Center was where they did the first baboon heart transplant. I don't know what's become of all that since then. I'm guessing there's not any more baboon hearts being put in humans, but there might be. But there was, they had the first baboon heart transplant years ago, and I think that's when Loma Linda University Medical Center became famous and kind of put Loma Linda on the map. But they have a lot of amazing things coming out of Loma Linda Medical Center, University Medical Center. A lot of great studies, a lot of great programs helping people with cancer. I think they had one of the first proton accelerators to treat cancer back in the day when I went there to college, that is. So, okay, well, it's kind of a dreary day. I don't know about the rest of you, but it wasn't a great weekend for me from the respect that I had bought flowers to put into my yard. This year I decided to have a major front yard flower garden. So I went to Holcomb in Fort Oglethorpe. And I'm going to shout out for Holcomb because they have some of the best looking vegetation for your yard of any of the garden centers I've been to. I buy stuff at Lowe's and Home Depot. So I spread the love as much as I possibly can. I just visited the Holcomb this morning here in Hickson. I didn't find anything there that I wanted, but I spend quite a bit of money at the Fort Oglethorpe Holcomb, and I try to buy there almost every year because they have such an amazing selection. They do such a great job of keeping their flowers looking beautiful. It's always kind of disappointing though, because once I get flowers from them and I get them to the house, they never seem to prosper or do as well as they look when I purchase them at Holcomb. So that's one thing about flowers. They're like children and they're like people. They need a lot of attention, So you listen to Nooga Radio. Again, we are now on 92.7. Very excited about that. I'm your host, Alan Valenzuela. Give us a call, 800-8949, 800-8949 if you're having any problems. This weekend, I spent some time in some books because I wasn't able to get out and garden. Wanted to work also on my daughter's tree house. Something, we talk about a little bit on the show is, things that you do to keep yourself healthy. And I think one of the things that people fail to realize is mental health is probably one of the greatest diseases there are that affect our health, our general health overall. And I don't know what the statistics are now, but I remember reading at some point that over 50% of the illnesses, people that end up in hospitals and doctors' offices, are due to mental health issues. And I'm not talking about psychiatric or that type of thing. I'm just talking about things, just normal things. If you find yourself being a person who's angry all the time, you're having mental health issues. You get mad easily, you're having mental health issues. You get depressed easily, you're having mental health issues, and you have to find ways to channel this stuff and overcome it, because in the end, life is way too short to be wasting time on things that don't matter. Why life is way too short to not finding ways to fix things that don't matter. So, even though I'm sitting here minimizing it, there are things that matter to you that may not matter to me, and vice versa. But so I know and I understand that things are important to all of us. And if we're getting emotional about them, they're at some level, they matter to us. And so one of the things I like to do is, I like to get out in my yard and I like to work on my yard. And so I've got a little bit of a game plan. I've got a dream yard I want to have, and I've laid it out, and I've laid out also how I'm going to pay for it. And we're going to talk about that. I've set this program up because there's no way to have botanical gardens overnight. Why is this important to me? Because this is my stress reliever. This is what I do when I go home. This is what I do when I'm, not doing anything on the weekends. I get in my yard and I work that yard myself. I do have a landscaping company that comes out and mows my yard and trims it. Might be something I might end up doing myself. And the only reason why I don't do it, though, is I have this crazy steep hill in the back of my yard. It's so steep that my kids use it for snowboarding. It's just outrageous. So when you think about cutting it, you can't mow it. You can't run a riding mower up it. It's that steep. You have to either put a mower that you've got ropes on where you let the mower down slowly, pull it back up on the rope, move over, and keep doing it that way, or you weed eat it. And the landscaping company comes out and weed eat it. But again, I digress. I spend time in my yard to de-stress, to put everything else behind me, to listen to the birds, to hear the wind rustle through the leaves of the tree, to see chipmunks run around in the yard, and squirrels and rabbits, to watch and hear the birds. This is the way I de-stress. And when you find channels like this to de-stress, this is how you become healthier. People who are healthier have less back pains and headaches and neck pains. So it's really important for you to find what is it that you can do in your life or add to your life that will help you de-stress. And sometimes it means doing something that maybe you don't even realize you like, or you don't even like doing. Maybe you just give it a try. It's like, somebody says, try this. I do this to people all the time. Try this, sandwich I made. Oh no, that looks gross. No, seriously, try it. You're going to love it. And 9 times out of 10, people that put that sandwich in their mouth like it. Now there's that 1% it's like, I knew I wasn't going to like this thing. I wish you never made me put it in my mouth, and I can't stand it. So, but try something new. You never know how you're going to like it. But the one thing that I can promise you is this: you are if you do like it, you're going to find something new to do in your life that's going to help you have more enjoyment, more peace, give you hope, and to distress from the other things that are bringing anxiety in your life. So another project I've been doing is working on my daughter's treehouse. Sadly enough, I started this project about 3 years ago, and I turned her treehouse into a tree deck. Now, it's not just any old tree deck. It actually looks like a deck like you would see on the back of somebody's house. And it's about 13 foot by 13 foot. There is a lot of space, and my daughter has used it over the last 3 years, although she's getting older. But I decided that this year I was going to finish the project. So I've been working on it to put a roof on it, to screen it in actually, so that she may go out there with her friends and use it as a getaway, and also to possibly do, sleepovers with her friends. She is now 12. And so not quite as young as she was when I started the project, but she's got a new excitement for it. And for me, I was a little depressed this weekend because all week I had been working on it, and I was looking forward to finishing the roof on it, but wasn't able to do it this weekend because of all the rain. I bought a lot of roses to plant in my yard, and wasn't able to do that because of all the rain. So, and I like rainy days. I like to sit down and do nothing and read a book, another way to de-stress. And so I did get a lot of reading in this weekend. So that was exciting. But I would have rathered been out in my yard with the sun on my face, getting some vitamin D and working that yard and de-stressing. So this is just a couple of ways that you can de-stress and be healthy. Now, again, I want to stress the point, we take these things for granted, but this is one of the simple preventive medicines that every one of us can do and add into our life to be healthier. We find ways to make ourselves stressful, to make ourselves miserable, and make the people around us miserable. And so what we need to start doing is find ways not to do that. I'm going to share something with you, some of the things that I do in a given week to help me with dealing with stress that you might find useful yourself. Before I do that, though, again, this is Alan Valenzuela. You're listening to You and Your Health. This is sponsored by Alliance Physical Therapy. This is Nooga Radio. We want to hear from you, so call us at 800-8949. That's 423-800-8949. You're listening to 92.7 FM and 1240 AM, and we're glad that you could be here. Give us a call. If you have any problems, we want to help you with it. But going back to some things that you can do, I think that living the intentional life is probably one of the most important things that people need to do to change who they are and bring quality, happiness to their life. Being intentional about things is important. And what I mean when I say being intentional about things, I mean this. Sometimes there are things that we should do, but we don't do because we don't feel like they're our job. We don't want to do them because we don't like doing them. We're just not interested in it. We don't even look at the benefits of it. It doesn't benefit us. It brings no joy to us. I'm going to share just a couple of little things that I intentionally do, and I do them for two reasons. Number one, I want one of my dreams in life. If you don't write down dreams or have dreams, you need to start that. Number one is to just be a better person overall. And in doing that, I want to have more insight. I want to see the unseeable, the things that none of us think about. So here's an example. You ever been to somewhere like Walmart? I use Walmart because probably most of us go to Walmart and shop. And they have a little sign out there that says, please return, to keep costs down, please return baskets to the front. And there's some stores that don't even have the little car or areas where you can actually return baskets. You have to either leave them out in the parking lot or take them all the way back up. So I've intentionally decided that baskets were going to be a positive part of my life to de-stress, to change the pathways within my brain on my thinking. So for one, I don't necessarily benefit financially from a business per se by rolling carts back up to the front or putting them in the designated areas. But in fact, I do. And I do because of this reason. If, in fact, everybody rolled their baskets up to the front and put them in the designated cart areas, then the cost, the overhead to that particular business goes down. And if we're not doing it, then they have to send somebody that they've hired to go out and chase these baskets down. And it's always interesting to me to be in a parking lot and find a Walmart basket that's miles away from Walmart. So, they lose baskets on top of the fact that they're having to chase these baskets down. By doing so, I help them with reduced costs. So indirectly, I'm help them by not having to spend quite as much money. Now, granted, I'm just one person. There's no way I'm going to spend my whole day going out into the parking lot and getting all their baskets so they can save money. But I also notice that when I do this, oftentimes people will see me do it. And I've had people even coming up to me and say, "Do you work here?" And I'm like, "No." It's, "Why did you haul that basket all the way from out in the parking lot and put it?" And I says, "Well, because I just want to do my part to help this company be successful so they can keep my costs down when I'm buying stuff from them." And like, "Well, I never thought of it that way." I know, because most of us don't care enough. We want what we want right now, and we don't want to do anything extra for it. I might go to a business and pick up trash. And again, it never fails that somebody will say something like, "Do you work here?" And I'll say, "No." "Well, why are you picking up that trash?" "Well, because it looks bad. Number one, this is my planet, and I want my planet to look good. I want the places I go to look good." It frustrates me that people are too lazy to put their trash in the garbage can to begin with. The things that we do, we're just lazy, that we take for granted. It's frustrating sometimes. So I have to channel that energy also to stop being upset with the hundreds of thousands of people who don't care about anybody but themselves. So picking up trash. And the thing that's cool about doing simple stuff like what I'm talking about is this: it brings peace to my life. It brings joy to my life. It makes me feel better about myself as a person. That which at first was difficult, by repetition becomes habitual. It becomes part of me. I intentionally did something because it was for a good reason. And it turned out to make me a better person. And it decreases my stress level. It decreases my anger. And I especially feel even better when somebody else sees me do it, not because I want them to think that I'm a good person. I already know who I am. God knows who I am. God knows my heart. He knows the things I go through. So that's not the point. I don't need any rewards from you or anybody else. But I do want to feel good about myself. And there's nothing that makes me feel better than to set a good example for somebody else and then have them repeat what I do. And just imagine it. If everybody that went shopping repeated what I did, and then they turned around and did it, and somebody else saw them and they repeated what they did, and they turned around, it would be a snowball effect. And then maybe that particular business would notice and say, "Wow, we've got some pretty amazing customers that come in here. We should start lowering. We don't have to spend money on that anymore. So we should start lowering our costs." I just had I can't hear myself like I was. Maybe it's just, I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties here. So again, there's a snowball effect that occurs when you do that. Perfect. Thank you very much. That was Russell. Appreciate Russell giving me some volume. I stopped hearing myself, and if I can't hear myself, I'm worried nobody's listening. You ever have that problem? Okay, so again, the effect here is to set an example that other people will follow. And by doing that, you help a business, and then hopefully the business recognizes that its customers sees the need to be helpful and keep their costs down, and then turns around and does promotions that benefit the customer, whether it means dropping prices, putting more coupons out there, just programs that benefit the customers. And this is not just something that happens, when you go out to business. It's something you do with your family, something you do with your friends. Live an intentional life, a life in which you change the way you see things, and you see how the things that you do can benefit not only yourself, but others in a way that's selfless and makes for a better human population. And so, again, that is just one of the things I like to do. Another one that I like to do is I hate going, where you drop off your shopping carts. It's always frustrating for me to see that people are so lazy. And I've done this. So when I say that, I'm generalizing here. I'm talking about us as a general rule. We do this. That they don't even put the carts in the little rack area. I mean, it's like they were down the road and they're like, there's nobody around. And they took the cart and they pointed it in the right direction and just shoved it. And wherever that cart landed. It's oftentimes weird to see carts turned over in there or carts on top of each other. Were these people mad? What just happened? So I like to get in there, take a few minutes and just rearrange all the carts, shove them into each other, get them all in. So whoever comes out there doesn't have this huge mess to deal with. And oftentimes, again, I see people who notice that with me and ask, do you work here? No. Why are you doing this? Because it's the right thing to do. That's why I do it. It's the right thing to do. I'm busy. I don't really have time for it, but I made time for it. And hopefully that person's thinking, man, I should do stuff like that. And then again, somebody else sees them do it, and then it changes the world. And this is the way changes happen, is when people see beyond themselves and see to the possibilities that can happen in the world. Again, the benefit of this, ultimately to you become a better person. And you start respecting people's space and needs. And you start to see that they have dreams, and you start to help them fulfill those dreams and give them the skills by giving them the time and adding value to them. So again, you're listening to Nooga Radio. I want to leave you with a little bit of an exercise on that you can do at home if you're having neck pain. Now, the caution with this exercise I'm going to give you is that if your neck pain causes you to have numbness and tingling down either one of your arms, you need to be very careful with this exercise. You need to consult a therapist or a physician. So take a pillowcase, roll it up, and throw it behind your head and around your neck, and let it lay on the lowest part of your neck. And you'll have both ends of that pillowcase with both hands. And so you're holding out your hands in front of you. You got a hold of the pillowcase, and it's stabilizing the lower part of your neck. And then what you're going to do is you're going to extend your head backwards. Okay? Extend your head backwards, all the way back as far as you can. And when you get back as far as you can, you're going to kind of do a slight rotation to both sides. And then you're going to come back to neutral. One thing I left out, you want a chin tuck. So pillowcase goes around just base of your neck. You're stabilizing your neck. You're tucking your chin in. You're extending your head as far back as it'll go. And then you're doing a slight rotation. You'll repeat and do these 10 times every hour during the day if you're having neck pain. Now, if it's not making your symptoms worse and it's not causing numbness and tingling down your arm, then it's working. So just repeat it until you've resolved neck pain. If it's not helping, then stop it. You're listening to Nooga Radio. We're excited to announce that we're on 92.7 FM. You listen to 1240 AM Nooga Radio, sponsored by Alliance Physical Therapy. I'm your host, Alan Valenzuela. Look forward to talking to you again this next half hour.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
There's a reason why Alliance Physical Therapy is a choice of professionals and those who care about first-class, top-notch service and treatment. Because at Alliance Physical Therapy of Chattanooga, we don't just treat the symptoms in your body. Whether you're suffering from stiffness, muscle spasms, back pain, chronic headaches every day, stress of life demanding more and more of you, Alliance Physical Therapy takes a holistic approach to healing, mind, body, and soul. Alliance Physical Therapy with a location near you and 9 others in the Chattanooga area. If you don't have a doctor or if your physician's plan for chronic pain is not working, Alliance Physical Therapy will help. Visit Alliance Physical Therapy on the web at nopainpt.com. That's nopainpt.com. Alliance Physical Therapy.
Are you a plumber looking to improve your career? Ray's Plumbing is looking for you. If you can pass a drug test, have a driver's license, are experienced, and are hardworking, call Ray, 421-6341, 421-6341, 421-6341.
Final expenses, funeral costs, cemetery lots, unpaid medical bills, probate cost, debts. Debts are due and payable upon death of debtor. Will these costs produce a burden and hardship on your loved ones? Who will be responsible? How will they handle them? These costs can total many thousands of dollars, only compounded greater with the grief of losing a family member. A safe and secure way to provide for these costs is with an affordable life insurance from Covenant Group Insurance and Financial Services. Covenant Group is a local company with local agents. Covenant Group still makes house calls. Covenant Group only represents A-rated companies. With many options to offer, Covenant Group can accommodate almost any budget. Great discounts for good health and plans available for impaired risk. Call today for a free, no-obligation consultation in the convenience of your home. Call Steve or Jada at 423-855-8484. Call today, 423-855-8484.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Nooga Radio AM 1240 and 92.7 FM News Now. Severe storms caused serious problems in the Chattanooga area, with downed trees and roads closed, even yards flooded. TDOT says a landslide temporarily blocked off Hickson Pike at Armstrong Road. It happened so early in the morning they had to wait to fix it because it was too dark to see. Wet conditions throughout the day will make driving dangerous. Please drive carefully. A hunter found a body on Lookout Mountain 4 weeks into its decomposition. Walker County Sheriff's Office says the body belonged to a woman who is yet identified, and the cause of death is still being investigated. They believe the body was connected to a car that was found abandoned in private property, which has since been towed. That was back in March. A woman says she was maced and stabbed at the bathroom of the Pepe Lounge on Glass Street at 2:15 a.m. It wasn't until she got home for the evening that she realized she'd been stabbed in the abdomen. She called 911 and drove herself to the hospital. Investigators have arrested Angela Faye Parker, who is 50 years old, in the stabbing. It's going on in the Tennessee Valley. It's going on Nooga Radio AM 1240 and 92.7 FM.
Expect mostly cloudy skies out there through your afternoon. Could see a spotty shower move back in, but not nearly as wet. Highs upper 60s. Tonight, lows into the lower 50s. For Tuesday, a much better day with more afternoon sunshine, warmer highs, upper 70s near 85 on Wednesday. Stop into Lowe's and save big on spring projects like 5 bags of premium mulch for just $10 and Bonnie vegetable plants for just $12. All projects have a starting point. Start with your neighborhood Lowe's. And I'm Sheen 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Orr on Nooga Radio AM 1240 and 92.7 FM.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Good morning, Chattanooga. Welcome back. I'm Alan Valenzuela. You're listening to Nooga Radio. This is Live Talk Radio. We want to hear from you. If you're out there, call us at 423-800-8949. That's 423-800-8949. We're excited to announce that not only are we on 1240 AM, we are now on 92.7 FM. Very crystal clear. If you have a chance to transfer over right now, if you're listening to us on AM, transfer over to the 92.7. See what it's like over there. Great sound, great reach over the Chattanooga area with 92.7. So very excited about Nooga Radio and its outreach into this Chattanooga community. You and Your Health is on every Monday from 11 till noon. We're here talking to you about problems that you might be having back, neck, elbows, knees, accidents that you've had. We want to talk to you about whatever problem you're having. So it's important to us if you can call in to let us know what's going on, and hopefully we can give you some good advice to help you with that problem. And the beauty about giving good advice over the air to you is that maybe somebody listening has the same problem as you, and we'll be able to help them as well. So, and anything you say to help those people will go a long way to making their lives better. So we definitely want to hear from you. 800-8949. That's a 423 number, 800-8949. I'm going to look up another number here while we're talking. So, Nooga Radio this hour is sponsored by Alliance Physical Therapy. I hope that you've had an opportunity. Well, I don't hope you had an opportunity. If you've ever had an opportunity to go to physical therapy, I hope that you got to patronize Alliance Physical Therapy. They are a locally owned company. Did you hear me say that? That's right. They are a locally owned company. That's a big deal because locally owned companies, their jobs and the money for that company stay here in Chattanooga. We pay taxes here, business taxes in the Chattanooga area. So when you go to a locally owned company, we put the resources of the money that we have here back into the economy here. So support locally owned businesses. Alliance is one. They have 9 locations all over the greater Chattanooga area. So Battlefield Parkway, Old Mill Road, that there's a location there. Over in the McCauley Road area, right across from Park Ridge Hospital, Highway 58, right next to Captain D's and in front of Tres Amigos restaurant. So that one's not hard to find. On Hickson Pike in Hickson, Ooltewah, right off the exit pretty much. And if you ever go to Cracker Barrel, you'll pass up Alliance Physical Therapy. It's right next to Zaxby's. Cleveland, Paul Huff Parkway. It's in the shopping center with Aldi's, and there's a Lowe's right next to that main shopping center as well. Let's see, Dunlap on Rankin Road on the main road. So if you live in Dunlap and you're listening to us, Rankin Road, there's an Alliance Physical Therapy. You can't miss that one at night, especially because the sign when it was made of a bright neon blue, and it really pops at night. So Rankin Road in Dunlap, there is a location on Gun Barrel, and it is actually in the Walmart shopping center. So right around the corner from the dollar store and Taziki. So if you were standing in the Walmart parking lot and you're looking across back, it's right around the corner from dollar store and Taziki's. I think that covers 58, Hickson, McCauley, Fordo, Ooltewah, Cleveland, Dunlap. I think that covers all of them. Here's the number for them. 877-703-0011. 877-703-0011. Now, why would you want that number? Here's the beauty about the state of Tennessee. There's 2 things important. Number 1, it's a direct access state. It means you don't have to have a referral to go see a physical therapist. Now, some insurance companies do require referrals. And if you do, and you go to Alliance Physical Therapy, they will help you get that referral. So you can go in there and get a free consultation. How nice is that of them? A free consultation. That's a big deal, to sit down and take their time and tell them what's going on with you and have them help you, give you direction on what you should do. And they might say, well, you need to say physical therapy. They might say, well, you need to get to your doctor. We can help you do that. They might send you somewhere else or someone else. They may not find that they're the right person for you. So that's the beauty of a free consultation. You get friendly advice from a licensed physical therapist on the problem that you're having, and they might help you. Now, granted, please don't go in there and talk to them about buying a home. I'm just joking. I know you wouldn't do that anyways, but go in there. They will sit down and make time with you. You are important to them. So the other thing about direct Tennessee is it is a right to choose state, which means that you get the right to choose where you want to go to physical therapy. So I tell you this because it's important. Not all physical therapy is the same. We believe at Alliance Physical Therapy that the quality of this service is amazing. It's as good, and if not better, than anywhere else that you're going to go. I know this for a fact because our clients tell us this. I know this for a fact because we have clients that come to Alliance Physical Therapy that drive as much as 4 hours to come to physical therapy. Mississippi, North Carolina, they are coming from all over to come to an Alliance Physical Therapy facility to get treatments for whatever ails them as far as physical ailments. So you have a right to choose. Choose Alliance Physical Therapy. Give them a try. They are human beings. Is it possible they could drop the ball? Sure. All of us can. We might be having a bad day, but I do know one thing about Alliance Physical Therapy. They pride themselves on being better today than they were yesterday. So they are really good if they make a mistake on making up for their mistakes. They know that you're important. They know that your problems are important, and they will go out of their way to help make up any mistakes that they might make. So please don't just sweep it on the rug and say, oh, I went there and they were no good. Talk to them. I've had this happen before, and this is true of any business. I want to give you some advice here real quick. We got a caller here? All right. Sorry about that. I got a caller, and this is always a problem. I'm going to turn this one on here. And speaker. Caller, you are live. This is Alan Valenzuela. How can I help you today?
Hi, Alan. This is Angela. I'm a client over at the UTWA Alliance Physical Therapy.
Angela, how you doing?
Fine, thank you. And I just had to call. I just found out you're on the radio last week, just turning the dial by chance.
Did you listen to it on AM? Was it on AM or did you?
Listening this morning.
Nice.
But I just want to say to those who are not attending Alliance Physical Therapy, I have attended 5 different therapists before: Georgia, North Carolina, and 3 different locations here in the Chattanooga area. When I found Alliance Physical Therapy, I have enjoyed being there. I appreciate the therapist. I attended Hickson once, and now I'm in Uttawa. I appreciate the therapist there. I appreciate the approaches that they have. I've seen a difference in my health. Prior to coming to Alliance, I did believe in no pain, no gain.
Right.
And I've actually had to walk away from therapy before because I've been in so much pain. Telling the therapist about it and nothing's happened that made any difference. They just continue to let me go in pain. When I got to Alliance here in Uttawa, can I name the therapist's name?
You certainly can. We'd love for you to do that.
Okay, Mayo. I really appreciate. I told Mayo, I said, man, I just keep having these pains. He looked at me and said, you're moving too fast. And I noticed when he does things, he moves slow when he's working with you. But he said, you're moving too fast. He said, while moving so fast, it's causing you to continue to have muscle contractions. I'm taking Tramadol, Flexeril, and all this other stuff trying to get rid of the pain and contractions. I noticed when I start moving slower, the contractions start going away.
Wow.
And so I thank him for that. I need to say something about Brian.
Brian.
PTA there. I was at so much pain in my shoulder, and I'm not one to even surgery. I do anything to avoid surgery. So sometimes I felt like going for surgery. Brian looked at me and he said, Angela, I've heard people say knee surgery and back surgery is a whole lot better than shoulder surgery. If you can avoid it, let surgery be your last. Let us continue to work with him. I am so thankful. When I say I thank God, I am so thankful for that. I'm having a lot better movement in my shoulder now, not having the pain, and I thought about just thinking I had that surgery. We don't have to do with that.
Angela, can you hear me? I think you're getting feedback from your radio. So if you walk away from your radio. Did we lose you, Angela? I think that we lost Angela. Let me give her another second here. Angela, if you can hear me, we lost you somehow. Call us back. I'm going to hang up on you, but I want you to call. Oh, I'm getting you back. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. So you were talking about Brian talking to you about making surgery your last option, and then you were getting better. So how did it go after that?
It went a lot. I used to not be able to reach toward the back of my car, and now I can reach back now.
Awesome.
Did not have surgery. And at times I've had things before when I thought about surgery. It would echo in my ear what Brian said to me. And I would say at least 95, 96% better than what I was. I appreciate Alliance Physical Therapy. I appreciate the professionalism there. I also appreciate the hands-on approach.
Nice.
It is definitely a holistic approach. And I believe in referring people to the Alliance.
You are much too kind, Angela. We really appreciate you. Thank you for calling in this morning and sharing your experience with Alliance Physical Therapy.
You're welcome.
All right. You have a wonderful day.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. So that was Angela. We are excited to hear from her this morning. And so I don't know what you heard, but here's what I heard. Angela said that she had been to a lot of physical therapy places. Angela said that she learned things at Alliance Physical Therapy that she had not heard before, and techniques that have really helped make a difference in the way she received treatment. She said something really critical, because I think this is a big deal, and this is something that I like to talk to my therapist about. She used that phrase we all hear Arnold Schwarzenegger use, or did use in the past. No pain, no gain. No pain. Let's see if I can do it as that. Arnold Schwarzenegger. No pain, no gain. Yeah, that was kind of weak, but whatever. All right. So no pain, no gain. So we have a rule where we believe that we can achieve opening a door without kicking it down in physical therapy. So we do movements away from pain. We do motions away from pain. Now, sometimes we do treatments that do cause pain, but then we moderate the amount of pain that you receive so that you are in control, so that you decide, yes, I can tolerate that, keep working it. We want to keep it in levels. So Angela didn't like the approach that says no pain, no gain. And that's not a good approach. It is not the way to get results. People are going to be more compliant when you use treatment techniques and manual treatment techniques that cause less pain and get more results. Because what happens is when you create pain in somebody that's already in pain, then you increase their stress. And if you increase their stress, they don't relax. They don't relax so that you can relieve the problem. It causes increased tension, which causes muscles to contract and muscle spasms and trigger points. And that causes a pinching of the nerve, which basically gives you pain. And then it just it's a snowball effect in physical therapy. Minute you have a muscle spasm in one part of the body, it makes your body shift in different ways. And so your body starts to realign based on a muscle spasm. So if you got a low back muscle spasm on the right, your middle thoracic will shift to the left, upper thoracic will shift to your right, your head will shift to the left. Your head might protrude, your hip, you'll start walking, leaning more on one knee than the other. So now you got pain in your knees, hips, low back, upper back, neck, and all these things. So it's a big deal on the skill level of the person giving you physical therapy. It's a big deal not to be causing increased pain when you're treating your patients. And that is something Alliance takes to heart, finding effective ways to get results with the least amount of pain. Thus, their logo, no pain PT. In the end, when they came up with that, the no pain PT was the end result. In other words, you want to get PT till you have no pain. So no pain PT. So for those of you that are interested in a different approach to physical therapy that takes into consideration your tolerance to pain, Alliance Physical Therapy. Again, Tennessee is a right to choose state, so you can choose to go wherever you want. Tennessee is a direct access state, so that you can go when you have a problem, you sprained your ankle, your knee, your hip, you've hurt yourself in some way, you can go straight to physical therapy. Call the 800 number, and the reason why you want this 800 number is because you can call and make an appointment, and you can get in right now. You can tell them Alan Valenzuela on Nooga Radio, 1240 AM, 92.7 FM. He said that you will get me into one of the facilities. Now, it may not be the one most convenient to you, but you'll get into a facility and you'll see a licensed physical therapist. They will work it out at 877-703-8255. 877-703-0011. That's 877-703-0011. Call them so they can get you in and get you scheduled, much like you would do if you're going to walk into an emergency room. But they also have another rule. They don't make you wait any longer than you have to. We do not like seeing people sitting in the waiting room waiting. They will get you back as quickly as possible. Now, since you are walking in, you don't have an appointment. Obviously, they have to take care of the clients that do have appointments, but they are going to go out of their way to possibly put you in a massage chair with some heat, give you some gourmet coffee, and really make you feel like you're at grandma's house. That's what they're going to do for you. Direct access state, right to choose state. If your insurance needs a referral, they're going to call and help you get that referral. The consults are free. Chattanooga's great locally owned physical therapy company, Alliance Physical Therapy. Give them a holler. Tell them that you heard it from me, and let them make a difference in your life. If you're in the Ottawa area, you already heard from Angela. Go over there and see Mel, see Brian, Heather at the front desk. You will love Heather. She is a wonderful person. She runs a great program there. Enjoy a cup of coffee and enjoy the massage chair. Now, here's something I want to throw at you. So early on the first half of the show, we talked about ways to relieve stress. Okay. And some of the things I talked about is intentional living, doing things you don't want to do by having the insight to realize how it would benefit other people, how it would benefit you. So I do simple things like putting shopping carts back in the shopping cart area to help out that business and just to de-stress myself. It makes me feel good to do something good for somebody else. It makes me feel good to have somebody else follow suit in what I do. Alliance Physical Therapy has a preventive medicine program. Now, if you live close to any one of the Alliance Physical Therapy facilities, you'll want to do this. Drinking coffee is an American pastime. It is something that Americans do, and actually worldwide, it's a pastime for probably most countries and cultures. But at Alliance Physical Therapy, they have gourmet coffee that you can choose from. Now, they have a wellness program, and depending on the amount that you spend, you can go to an Alliance Physical Therapy during their operating hours twice a week for $50. You can be put on a program specifically to help you with any problems that you're having, and you can talk to a licensed professional while you're there during your 2 visits that week and get advice with problems that you're having and have them adjust your program. But if all you wanted to do was to get a free cup of coffee and sit in one of their amazing massage chairs and de-stress, it is well worth $50. So think about it in these terms. If you're the type of person that spends $5 for a cup of coffee, it'll only take 10 visits to cover that expense. If you're the type of person that likes getting regular massages, most massages are somewhere around $45 to $65 and upwards of $100. So that expense will take care of itself in the massage chair. These massage chairs are amazing. Some of the facilities have a couple of them. Some have as many as 4 of them. You will be able to get in these massage chairs. Maybe you want a hot pack on your neck, no extra cost. Maybe you want a hot pack on your back, no extra cost. Maybe you're just feeling sore and you want to go in there on your wellness program and just relax. You can do it. You can sit there and close your eyes on your lunch break or on a break you have and enjoy that massage chair. It runs for 20 minutes. And if there's nobody waiting on it, well, guess what? You can turn it on and run it again. So call 877-703-0011. That's 877-703-0011. Inquire about the wellness program. Inquire about something that you can give yourself, a loved one. Maybe you just want to give it to a friend, somebody you know, somebody who's stuck in their house, and you would just like to give them a gift that gives back to them. Go buy them a wellness program at Alliance Physical Therapy. Here's the other thing that's cool about the wellness program. If you buy it at one place, you can use it at all 9 places. So if you happen to be visiting or on that side of town and you're like, oh man, I need to distress, I'm going to go get me a cup of coffee at the Alliance Physical Therapy. I'm over here shopping at the Walmart on Gun Barrel. So I'm going to the Gun Barrel, but the one you bought it at was in Dunlap. Well, guess what? You get to use it because you're on the wellness program. Now, it will be used up as one of your visits for that week, but that's okay. Or maybe you buy the $80 package and you have 3 visits a week. They also do the wellness program for their aquatics pool. So if you're the type of person that has arthritis, fibromyalgia, you don't do well with normal exercise, going to the gym, you're going to want to get on one of these wellness programs because their aquatic pools are heated. They're a single person pool, has an underwater treadmill, and you will be able to get in a heated environment and do your exercises in a heated environment. And one of the best things that you can do for fibromyalgia and arthritis is to move. The less you move, the worse your condition gets. Did you hear me? That's right. The less that you move, the worse your condition gets. Sitting around, not moving because you don't want to get in pain, makes your condition worse. Call Alliance Physical Therapy. They are your friends. They are your neighbors. They are there to help you. They want to make your life better. They want to give your life back. Alliance Physical Therapy, 9 locations in the greater Chattanooga area. They sponsor this show, you and your health. You're listening to Alan Valenzuela on 92.7 FM. Excited to announce that. And 1240 AM. This is Nooga Radio. We are on air, you and your health, every Monday from 11 till noon. And the whole purpose of this 1 hour on air on Mondays is to hear about your problems and come up with some solutions for your problems and hopefully help other people. We really appreciate you listening in on the station and helping us with reaching out to people who are in need. I'm having just a slight bit of technical difficulty here, but I'm not sure. Russell, can you hear me out there? I'm not sure if I'm still on air or not here, but that's okay. I'm going to give it 4 seconds here. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure if I'm on or not. Hey, I'm just checking. Am I still on? Okay. Because the time came down and I'm just trying to figure out. Can you tell it's still?
With a location near you and 9 others in the Chattanooga area. If you don't have a doctor or if your physician's plan for chronic pain is not working, Alliance Physical Therapy will help. Visit Alliance Physical Therapy on the web at nopainpt.com. That's nopainpt.com. Alliance Physical Therapy.
How about we change that to Built in the USA? For over 21 years, Affordable Computers has been building computers right here in the good old USA, in Chattanooga, using the highest quality parts and components in every new computer they build. Tell us the exact system you need, we'll build it to your specifications. Or you can choose from a wide selection of our PCs and laptops, starting at under $200. All Affordable Computers are upgradable, guaranteed. Affordable Computers services their computers in store, typically within 1 to 3 days. And when you call, they answer the phone. You get support within minutes that you can understand. Affordable Computers of Chattanooga. And service and support extends for the life of the computer, not just for the warranty of the PC. So there's no reason to shop anywhere else. Call Affordable Computers now on Highway 58 Chattanooga, 423-499-1975. That's 423-499-1975.
Or visit our Fort O store, 706-858-5888.
WBLZ HD4 Ottawa, W224AZ Chattanooga,
WSDT Sunny Daisy.
Previously on the herd.
Okay. But Westbrook doesn't play with anybody. LeBron and Matthew Dellavedova took the Warriors to 6 games, and Dellavedova had to spend 1 night in the hospital during the series. but Westbrook plays with nobody.
A new day in the herd.
Starts now. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and